I have no ideas of how dangerous
Yeah, well, just one sec. One sec.
attacks could be and so on. So I'm
One
not
second.
sure about that. Schauen Sie wieder Frau
Okay,
Then just explain what happens.
Yeah.
okay. So, I'm a senior IT manager. I've been a senior IT manager for about 17 years in North America and in Germany.
Yes.
I have four massive legal cases against Commerzbank, Sky Deutschland, AOK, and SAP. So four of the biggest companies you have in Germany, right? They're worth a lot of money. A lot is at stake. A lot of politics. It's actually... The reason I came to TRIA was to get a break, and I went on couch surfing. One of the gentlemen who accepted my request as a student at this university, and I know that because he took me directly to the student residences.
Yes.
That's where I was staying. So we started talking. They want to be all intellectual. They know I'm a senior manager that I've had. Ooh, let me turn this. And what happened is I carry a lot of the evidence on me, USBs, and 3 of the USBs were taken. I asked.
Was it stolen?
He was a Pakistani student. I've written an email to the president twice to say, probably appropriate I talk to you first. And
he did not answer.
No, his name is well, I could write it down for you.
Yeah.
Basically,
but you have written to the president
twice.
And the president did not answer any.
No, and then I copied in numerous heads of, and no one replied. So I've actually physically come here myself. But what I would say is, he doctored some of the information. I actually took one of the USBs that I got back to a techie specialist, and because I couldn't access the information, and it was extremely important, worth a lot of money, and saves my career. And what he did is he manually went in and doctored that information. So you know when you have a BIOS on a computer that starts it, when you have a USB, you have a similar thing. And he had he got someone to do it, manually clicked, so I could not access the data. And I had to get a very technical specialist to access my own information. And I was told that was done on purpose. It was particularly hacked, and also my personal account that I hold my evidence was also hacked. And there was an African gentleman who was also there at the time. I can't pronounce his name, but I can spell it. And he's the only one that replied, because I text all 3 of them. And I said, you know exactly what you did. This is a very serious situation. And the African guy said, please do not get me involved in this. I don't want to be involved. The third one, which is even more serious, Tim, I stayed with him. By that time, I hadn't realized what they had done. So I went to another couch surfer in Trier who's actually a member of the UN. And this is where it starts to get really bad. Because a lot of the information on my USBs are about my job and about politics. So that's because my job became very political. And my information was hacked. And I can actually prove it because his own personal software shows up on my evidence. And I have emailed them, I have texted them, and I'm like, you need to come clean about what you did. And only the African guy didn't admit to it, but basically said, I don't want to get involved in this issue, please don't get me involved. So I'll be honest with you, the amount of information that has been destroyed, the amount of information that has been hacked, and I don't know exactly what they did with the information they kept. Because we're talking gigabytes of information. And I've texted them, I've emailed them to do the right thing, and before I go to the police to get this involved, I thought it would be appropriate that I come to the university, because, look, if this is done the wrong way, and what they've done could potentially destroy my career. I don't know exactly how bad or exactly what they've done. I know they did what they did because I've gone to a technical specialist, and also their own personal software shows on the videos. I'm not sure how to deal with this properly, because I was immediately going to go to the police, and then I thought maybe I should contact the university first, and you talk to the students before. I mean, what they've done could destroy their university career and my career. It was a very I don't even know if they sold the information, to be perfectly honest with you. They corrupted it, they stole it, and I'm not sure if they sold it.
But we are talking about information you had on your computer.
No. On USB sticks
On USB sticks.
that they took.
They took. But this was information you will carry with you. It's
It's
not information that's come from headquarters somewhere in the US or something else. It's information you were carrying on a USB stick. Is that right?
Yes, but the information on the USB sticks are from VPs, CEOs, emails, transcripts, videos, multi-billion dollars worth of information.
Sure, but why do you have this information? Normally, as a private person, I don't have an USB stick of information of the university at my home office.
But that's not the point, right? What it is my court case is going on. I don't speak German for one, which
Yes.
makes it very difficult. Two, I can't commit to an apartment full time, so I was kind of doing hotels and hostels, waiting for my Arbeitsvertrag. Not that I have to explain myself to you, but the reason for it is for safety. I have it on my computer, but in case something happens to my computer, I carry large USB sticks.
Sure.
So the thing is, I carry it literally, so I thought it would be safe.
Yes.
I didn't expect them to do what they did.
Sure. That I understand, but if this are very private information, they never should be on any USB sticks.
Okay, but sir, that's not the point. I'm an IT manager for 17 years. You don't need to talk to me like I'm 5. What I'm saying is, I have no choice with them being on USB sticks right now, because a lot of my, I don't even know why I'm explaining this. Your students did that. My information is in multiple places, right?
Yeah.
Multiple places for safety reasons.
Yeah.
For safety reasons, because if one gets deleted, I still have a little bit.
Quite for sure.
So
Yeah. Okay.
all the information is not in my bag. I have it in separate places. What I'm saying is, I have it on USB sticks because I need instant access to it. I don't even know why I'm explaining it, but why I should have to. I could show you the text messages going back and forth with these students. My concern is, I don't know if they've exposed me. Well, I know they hacked it for sure, 100% hacked it. I know they put stuff on YouTube, right? I know that 100%. And 3 of the USBs are missing. And I've tried, before I even got to you, I have emailed them, I've texted them, I tried to call them to say, this is a really stupid thing you're doing, don't do this. And the only person that replied was the African guy.
I've understand it, but the thing I first understood that it is now a situation that students of the Trier University are going to hack information in headquarters in IBM or something else. But that's not But that was not the point. You have told me that they have stolen your USB stick and they have hacked the USB stick. But these are information you are carrying privately with you. The reason for it don't matter, but these are information normally never should come out of a company, out of a headquarter. If
You're not understanding what I'm saying. I have court cases against these companies. The information relates to me. I was very senior in these companies. It also has emails and political. I'm not taking a USB from SAP. It's to do with court cases that are worth lots of money. What I'm saying is, if they have that information and sold it, or gave it to SAP and Sky Deutschland, that completely sabotages my court case.
Sure, but that's a private thing between these students and you.
Yeah.
We cannot, we have no possibility, we can talk to them, but on what kind of, these are their private things they are doing, and I cannot then, as a student, you are not obliged to do this. If they drive drunken, for example, I cannot do anything with
No. The reason I came to the university was, so what you're saying is, I shouldn't have come to university. Just go straight to the police and let the police deal with it.
Yes.
Yes, that's
So
really,
the university wants nothing to do with it.
We have nothing to do with, because there's things students are doing for themselves.
Yeah.
But the thing
We are
is,
not
but what I'm
responsible
saying,
for
yes, but the reason I am saying it's responsible, at least for the first two, is it was in a student residence, and my understanding is that that information has gone around that student residence. Then it is a university issue. This third one lived in a house by himself. I don't. He can't obviously have done that.
Yeah,
But the first, the second guy. So I was only staying with one guy, right? The reason I know the second guy is because the information went through him and then went through the university residence. Therefore, it is a university issue.
May I ask which house was that? Was it up here or where was this house? Of
If you name it,
Tarforst, Kleburger Weg, Martinskloster,
the-
Olewisch,
yeah, it's an international.
Martinskloster.
They're all international.
Is it
It's-
the town center?
right.
Near the river.
Yes.
Well, this is actually not a part of the university. This is
I
run
think
by
it
the...
is.
No, it is
It is only for students, but
for
it's
students,
run
it's for
by
students, by, by a kind of organization, by government organization, but not of the university. That's a misleading... It's not directly... It's really... This, this student home, Martinskloster, is not owned by the University of Trier.
Okay. Well, I mean,
Anyway.
you know what? I'll leave this.
Yeah.
The point is
Yeah.
they are informatics students.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah.
gone to the University of Trier,
Yeah.
used computers and manipulated my data
Yeah.
using University of Trier computers.
Yeah.
Right? They've also, because the thing is, which makes it blatantly clear, is one of the students, he has his own website. It's all over the video, and it totally compromises me. And if you're going to use Trier University computers to do that, if you don't think that's a University Trier issue, or it's not involved, then that's your decision.
Yeah, maybe it is. It could be an issue of the University of Trier. But our lawyer said, if students of our university have done something that they shouldn't have done, then the first way is always really to the police.
Well, the reason I know my information is compromised is because I've come back and stayed in Trier, and random students that I don't know
Yeah.
are making reference to information that I've never met these people before, so how would they know?
Yeah.
So either my face is now known, my situation is now known, Trier is not a big place.
Yeah, that's
So,
right. Yeah.
right, so I'm starting to wonder what the hell exactly have they done, because as I've been here for over a week, people are making comments and references. I've never met these people in
Yeah.
my life, and they are University Trier students. So I'm kind of thinking, what, have they gone on a student website and just exposed all of my information? I don't know.
Yeah. But as long as not staff members, professors of the university have done something,
I don't know who's done what. That's why I came
Yeah.
to the university. What I thought would be appropriate was talk to these people, find out what they did, if they have put it on some university. Because the problem is, people are coming up to me that I don't know, referencing things that they should have no idea who I am, and two, about SAP, Sky Deutschland, and politics in Munich.
Yeah.
And they're students of Trier.
Yeah, but we are not by the German legal system. When students have committed a crime, for example, we are not allowed to deal with it. That's an interesting thing, yeah. If we have, for example, we had cases of, for example, sexual harassment or whatever, and the police said to us, that's none of your business, even if it has happened on your campus. It goes directly to the police, and that's what they said. And I've called our lawyer, Frau Schneider, and she said as well, if students have committed any sort of crime, you must tell the police. Even if that is, maybe if Uni Trier is then in maybe the headlines of the newspaper. Anyway, the legal...
That's what I was trying to avoid. I don't want to lose my career, and I don't want them, but like what they have now done, I don't know how badly I've been exposed. That's my problem.
yeah.
Because there are people coming up to me that I've never met before in my life, laughing and making inappropriate comments about information, one, a student should have no knowledge of, and two, shouldn't know me from anywhere. How they know that, it has to be these three students. You have to remember, is USB, we're talking about 200-300 gigabyte of information. It's not just a 5 stick.
Sure,
It's got
Yeah.
a lot of stuff on it.
Sure, but main point is that we have no possibility to talk to students what they are doing on themselves.
Yeah.
It's their
Yeah.
private business.
Yeah.
And if they have done something wrong, if they have committed a crime, we have to go to the police. Even
Yeah.
if they have, for example, stolen a computer here out of the
Yeah,
office.
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not a part of the university. We have to go to the police and say, these students
Yeah.
have stolen the computer out
Right.
of the
Yeah,
office.
yeah.
Where's the
Trier.
closest police station then?
It's Konstantin.
I can
Is there one close to here?
not up
just-
here, but there is one in the town center.
uh,
Isn't that near the Stadtbahn? You can
There's
give
only,
the
there's
address.
only one police station?
But there is a main police station,
The main
kind of
police,
headquarters. And I think it would be the best idea to go there, really. I mean,
The nearest one is
I wanted to go to the Dean of Informatics to see what he said, but if you guys saying it's irrelevant, then I'll just go to the police.
er wollte noch zum Chef des Zink gehen.
good, but I think it's the same.
Wer ist denn der Chef von Zink überhaupt?
I'd rather not go to the
Local
headquarter.
one.
Ja.
I'd rather not go to the headquarter police station.
The main is here near to the Kaisertherm.
Ja, das ist near the swimming pool in the Südallee. No. what
Is
is
there
it?
one? Is there one out this way?
Here no. Here's no one.
Up here not, but it's only in the.
Only
towns.
in the town center.
That's actually not very far from here. If you go with the bus line number 6, it's directly as a
Just
Stadtbad,
here.
the city bathroom, city
Here's
pool.
a big
Mm.
building just.
One thing I would say is
Yeah.
then when I go to the police, is it possible that if you can write down your names to say that I have informed you
Yeah.
of the situation and this is
Yeah.
what you've advised me to legally do?
To the, yeah.
Or if you could like just type up a quick and just sign it, just to say I've come here, I've yeah, maybe if you could do that.
What?
What I'm saying is just type like a one sentence saying I have come here, explain the situation, you spoke to your legal department, and I've been advised to go to the German police and
You can talk about that. You have informed the university. That's no problem. And we have
Yeah.
sitting here,
But
and
it's
you
only-
have
but
your
it's only
my
verbal.
name. That I'm not only behind that, but I would not.
What would
make
it be that you,
but
because
if I say I
think it would
verbally
be-
talk to you
Okay.
and you guys
Because-
can turn around and say I did.
No. The thing is, because I do not understand exactly how dangerous or how.
It's very
I'm
dangerous.
not an expert in these things at all. Maybe it would be an idea to have a very quick word with the head of our SIP department, or. But he didn't respond.
But you have to remember, one of the students
Uh,
is basically working for the UN. Now, a lot of my information, it's work and politics. That's why the information is so explosive. So, what he's done with the information, if he's taken that to the UN or something, that puts me in a real compromising position.
Yeah, but I mean, the problem is, I mean, we are the student council department. We have no idea about these things.
That's why I emailed the president.
Ja, that's right.
But-
Or wenn das wirklich vom Universitätscomputer aus geschickt wurde, wie er sagt, kann man. What about the head of department of?
We cannot
We cannot
trace it.
cannot trace it. Okay.
So I would advise go to the police. You can talk that you have been here at university,
Yeah.
that you have emailed. You can take your email and show your email that you
Yeah.
have informed us.
Is there any
Yep.
reason no one replied to my emails? I mean, it pretty states in the emails that it's of a serious nature.
Sure, but I have no idea why they have not answered the email.
Yeah.
But normally our president is answering or just referring to somewhere else. And I've never got an email from him
No.
about this situation. So I would advise you go to the police if they think that we should act in any way. They will contact us
Yeah.
immediately.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do. Definitely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.